Israel's war in Gaza is faltering. The military has been able to win every battle on the ground, on the battlefield. It's been a huge tactical success for the military. The problem is that the military and a lot of society in Israel is coming to the conclusion that because there's been no plan for what comes next in Gaza, because Hamas has been able to already re-infiltrate areas where the Israeli military has left, the sum total is that this war is leading to a strategic failure. And it's a very hard thing for people here to come to terms with, but it really does seem to be like the prevailing assessment at the moment in Israel is that if the war is not already lost, it is certainly on the path to being lost. In the days after October 7th, the Israeli government, led by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, laid out a plan for the war aims. They were twofold. One was to eliminate Hamas. That was to kill its senior commanders, kill anyone who was involved in October 7th. It was to destroy Hamas's military and ruling ability in Gaza, and it was to bring the hostages home. Israel has not been able to achieve any of these goals so far in totality. There's a lot of frustration within Israel over how this war is going. There is a divide, I would say, between those who feel that the two war aims from the beginning were contradictory. Israelis are not hopeful about a hostage deal anytime soon. What we hear from the mediators who are directly involved in the talks is that it does not seem that there's going to be a deal anytime soon. What we're hearing from our military sources, and that includes current and former officials, as well as reservists, people who've come back from the battle and have talked to us. What they're telling us is that they feel very much like they've won the battle. You know, they fought hard, they fought bravely, but the political echelon really has not put forward a plan to cement their successes into a long-term strategic gain. This is a very tricky issue for Netanyahu politically. And that's because his coalition, and honestly, many people in Israel, do not like the Palestinian Authority, which is the authority that runs the West Bank. And really, that's the only alternative to Hamas inside Gaza. And so Netanyahu has absolutely refused to negotiate with them, to bring them into the process. And so what we've seen simply is just that Hamas is the only alternative. And when the Israeli military pulls out, both guerrilla forces from Hamas that have been left over from the battalions are re-infiltrating. They're able to launch attacks, and they are, most importantly, able to get their hands on aid, able to sort of reinforce or reinstate their power. And so that's one of the biggest challenges that Israel is facing right now. They went into Gaza from the north, then they moved south. They now want to finish the job in Rafah, but they can't because of all these civilians that are sheltering there. The United States has made it very clear that they would not support an operation in Rafah without a plan to clear civilians from the area. That is a plan that has not yet been finalized, and the Israelis are going to need some time to make that happen. So a Rafah offensive does not seem imminent. So they're sort of in a bit of a holding pattern, which military experts will tell you is never a good position to be in. The moment right now is sort of a draw. I can't say Hamas has won this war. You can't really say that they can declare victory, but you certainly can't say that the Israelis can declare victory either. And, strategically, the Israelis really are coming up against a very difficult problem if they want to be able to claim that their war aims were met.